Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about Facebook paid ads, meaning Facebook, Instagram, or even WhatsApp, and the chatbot builder options that you will have. These also can include Facebook lead forms. So we're gonna check a little bit of everything without going way too deep. And at the end, we're gonna have a Q&A, so you can drop all the questions that you have. Please be writing down the questions that you might have, because in this instance, unless it's something that you need to see on the screen that I am at the moment, I will ask you to have the questions at the end. Is that one clear for all of the present here?
Now, better.
That is great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Amazing. Thank you for letting me know. So, first things first. One of the things that I need you to be aware of is that to get started with the Facebook ads, let's start with the Facebook ads. I need you to go to settings, and I need you to make sure that here in channels, you have Facebook connected, okay? You could run it to other channels, but in this instance, the first one I'm going to concentrate will be Facebook, and I need you guys to have this one connected. Now, if I go to integrations before I move to the actual ad, you will notice that we have here Facebook ads. Here you can connect. I already connected. It will be as easy as connecting your Facebook profile, and you can also connect here the Facebook tracking. Let's click. Let's see if I don't pop a lot of stuff. Okay, here you will be selecting the pixel and the access token. If you're not using a pixel, don't worry about it. If you are using a pixel, to just paste it here. Questions until this page, like so far. Connecting your channel, the Facebook channel, and connecting the Facebook ads, and the option to track with the pixel. Questions so far?
No.
Okay.
No.
Thank you, Diana. Okay. So now, once we have this, we are ready to start setting up. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, I always need to have a plan. I need to understand what it's my ad going to be about, and what am I expecting the user to see whenever they click the message or they click the ad. Remember, in this instance, we're talking about two, maybe three ways to enter. Let's concentrate on two, and then I'm gonna talk about the third one. The first two is the JSON and the comments. Okay, those two are going to be our best friends in these kind of cases. So the first one and the most relevant one, it's going to be the JSON. Okay, why? Because this is like the instruction I'm going to give this user. My ads are going to be like click to message, and that's why I need to have a response in here. So you will notice that we have some options here. I do recommend for you to have it on Messenger specifically, and to be aware of the rules. Okay, right now my brain is not is Spanglish a little bit, so bear with me. Okay, why am I telling you to have it on Messenger? One, because that way you're not going to break rules that easily, that, oh, I forgot that this one was not rendering on Messenger, or any other reasons. And also, I need you to understand that there are rules for ads, and to understand that this is a new person. And because this is a new person, the custom fields doesn't exist just yet. And about the rules and about the custom fields not existing, well, we're gonna try to have a message that it's as standard but as specific as possible. Here you're able, because we are using AI, why not? We have the option to say, okay, OpenAI, you're going to create a welcome message that it's unique per user, that invites them to learn more, that says thank you for your interest on my product, and invite them to, and you have to have a call to action. Okay, the ad had a call to action that is click, and they are clicking because they want something. So in here, what we need to do is to reinforce that CTA, that call to action, and to make them continue. Okay, here we want them either to click or to type in here. And because this is important, because this is more about the logic behind an ad, Do you have questions? Do you want to build an example in here with me?
If you can build an example, Wendy.
So in this case, I'm not going to use AI because I want to keep it as simple as possible. So in this case, I'm going to say something like, thank you for your interest on our chatbot services. Please tell me, do you have questions or would you like to book a call now? And here you can have book now, and you could have ask question. Now something that I would do in here, and this is just because I want to keep it as AI friendly as possible, is that in here, I'm gonna copy this one, copy, tell this to the user. I just copy pasted whatever I have pasted in here. I'm gonna take this one away, and it doesn't matter, to be honest, because I'm not going to print it. Okay, now I explain. I have a message that is kind of generic. It can be more exciting, it can have emojis. Try not to use too many emojis in this one for best practices. And I've given them two options. Either they click or they type. And we know that most users don't follow, so they will be typing. And because they're going to be typing, I'm using the AI. I just given this instruction just for the AI to have the context of what I have told the user. Does this make sense before I move forward? That I'm just telling the AI what I told the user, so it has a little bit more context.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because the last thing we want is for it to say, "Oh yes, I'm ready." And ready for what? No? So okay, we have this one, and in here what we can have is, let me move you guys here, because this was a question yesterday. People didn't know how to send a new flow. You can have one here and one here. This one can be maybe, okay, and in here maybe what I want is a little bit up here. Be friendly and invite the user to ask their questions about our products. Here you can be even more specific. Like you can tell it what product is this about. Let's say that it's about this stuffed animal or monster, and you can tell a little bit more about it, and you can tell which product are you talking about. So the actual bot, the bot actually knows what is expected to be asked about. Okay, and in here I need to save now. Now I need to save, and I will print this time. Now this is the only building I need. Again, this flow for booking we did before, we have it ready. The goal whenever you are creating an entry point as an ad is for it to connect to whatever you already have. Okay, and because we're connecting to whatever you already have, in here I already have something to book, because that was my objective. Maybe your objective was or your goal was to make them buy, and this is visit store. You can do that, or see all the products and send e-commerce carousel for them to buy. And this one, it's only to give the context, and then it's going to trigger the default response because I have nothing to continue. Whenever the user types after this one, it's going to trigger the default response, meaning that the AI is going to take over. So this is super important. Are we clear that whenever we are creating an entry point, such as a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad, we want them to connect with whatever we already have, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this one is ready, and I'm going to publish, and I'm going to leave it like this. Next thing I'm going to do is yeah. No, that's not the one. No. Trying to move you guys. Okay, yeah. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to visit my ads manager on the ad account that I'm going to use. This one is, I don't know from when, but let's create a new ad, okay? When you're creating an ad, the first thing I need you to understand is these campaign objectives, okay? You can study, and depending on with whom you are taking these lessons, they will tell you what to do first. Some will tell you to go, especially Meta will tell you, go awareness and traffic, then like to follow these stages. On my experience, this one is the best for us because it's an engagement and is meant to draw the attention of those who like, comment, and click on the ads. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, but I need you to understand also here. This is pretty much like a tiny accordion. James, do you know how you call an accordion? The thing that you're like not behaving so well on the test and it tells you the answers. Anyways,
Accordion? Accordion?
yeah, but I don't know if you use that in English as well. Like whenever you are like on a test and the math test and you have the answers in a paper, in a piece of paper. So this is the one. Not that I have
Oh.
what is it?
Yeah,
Like
I don't know how to call it.
like a cheat sheet.
Yeah, something like that.
A cheat
Okay,
sheet? Yeah.
okay, perfect. So you will notice that whenever I hover over any of the campaign objectives, I'm going to see this one changing. Okay, this is going to tell me what is this good for, and it's going to tell me what I'm going to get. The options that I'm looking for whenever I want to use JSON and whenever I want to use the chatbot will be the one that includes Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Why? Because the one I want right now it's Messenger. Okay, so that's one. I have the lead forms and we can connect lead forms. Here's where you will going to select it. At this moment, we're going to go to engage. Okay, so I'm going to click on continue. And I personally love to do it manually, but you are completely free to try it with whatever Meta tells you. So I'm going to click on continue and it's going to create a new campaign. Tip of the day, always name your campaign with something that you can recognize and that's something that actually helps, because having 20 new engagement campaigns is not helpful whenever you need to to do some changes or to understand what's going on. So in this case, I'm going to call it JSON class, because this is the way I'm going to identify this one. And for those who are working with real estate, credit, politicians, and so on, please read this section and be aware that you do fall under a special category. If you are worried that maybe whatever you're selling might fall under any of these, please read the rules or contact Meta to understand better. The last thing you want is for you to get banned or to your account to get restricted because you didn't follow these instructions. Okay, that's one. What we're going here is that to have just a summary of what you're selecting. These ones we're not going to touch. I do like to have it on in Advantage Campaign Budget, but that's something up to you if you understand what it is. If not, you just turn it off and let's learn stage by stage, okay? Now the ad set. Any of you guys know what the ad set is? James, you're our last to answer if anyone else has it.
Okay.
Can you repeat about the ad set name?
Yeah, I need to know if you know what the ad set is. Not the name, the ad set per se.
Oh, okay.
James, you want to give it a try?
Were you sending the traffic?
The ad set is what kind of people or what characteristics that people that I want to show this ad has to have. So in these kind of cases, we usually will say like male, I don't know, 18 to 65, maybe we want to give that California, or anything like more specific stuff about where we are running this ad to. Maybe you want to have it with the keyword, maybe they were looking for AI or something like that. Here you can add all that information so you know who you are presenting this ad to, okay? The conversion, how do we understand that there was a conversion? It can be on the ad, meaning that we want them to actually click or to do something there. But at this moment, we want them on the messaging apps. And in this specific case, we want this to be a click to message. Why? Because we are looking, especially like the distinction I do with this two is click to message. Let's understand it as I want new people to find out about me. Okay, and sponsor message, it will be best whenever you already have a subscriber list or a client list that has contacted you on Messenger before, and you want to notify them about something, or you want to send a promotion about something. You can send sponsor message to new people, but to be fair, I don't like that much. Okay, so that's like a quick overview about how I feel about these two options. So the next thing you're gonna do is to choose a page. Sorry, I have a ton of pages here. Let's use this one, that it's the one that is connected in here. And in here is going to tell me, okay, where should I connect it? Right now, because we're seeing JSON, I'm going to only use Messenger. Why am I only using Messenger if I use JSON? Anyone has the answer?
No.
Because neither Instagram nor WhatsApp are compatible with JSON, only Messenger. Okay? So that's one.
Cool.
Here I can have the performance goal. In this case, I do suggest to keep it as it is, because you can maximize the number of people who actually click, but the fact that they click doesn't mean that they actually started a conversation. What you want is for them to click and to talk to you. So this is the one that you need. And bit control, then move it unless you like actually have study and you understand what you're doing here. Otherwise, that doesn't make sense. Daily budget or lifetime budget. This one, just because we're talking about the basics, you can choose to say, okay, I'm going to run it, this one for 10 days, and I'm going to spend this amount of money. It's in pesos, don't freak out. And or you can have it as a daily budget and run it forever. Daily budget, you will see that there's people who said, okay, we have some for $10 a day that is like for something that is super urgent or time sensitive. And then we have some other campaigns that it's just for to keep on the top of mind of the users, and we run it with $1 a day. Okay, it will depend. You have the starting date, whenever you finish, blah. In here is where you have the audience control. I'm not going to talk about everything specifically. I'm not going to take about the saved audiences and custom audiences, but in here you can choose where to present it geographically. You can choose countries, states, cities, or even like super specific neighborhoods or zip codes. Here is where you could try. Be aware that sometimes, depending on the category, if you're, for example, real estate, there will be things that you're not allowed to do, or super target, you cannot do it, okay? And in here you have more options. You have the age, you can change it. You can have, here's what you will select. This is the custom audience. Why do I don't have the other option? Okay,
You got to click that.
Switch. Yeah, I hate you.
Either one, it'll get you to what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll scroll down.
Yeah, more of it. Sorry. Okay, perfect. Yeah, now I can see more that I needed. Okay, you can choose genders. You can choose the interest of behaviors. One thing that I know that James already know, but many of you don't know, is specifically for restaurants or for that kind of businesses. There's one, I think it's in demographics, live events, birthdays, upcoming birthday, or you can say, have you ever noticed that sometimes you get ads about a teacher that actually says your month or birth and maybe your year? Oh, they are using this. Okay, you can use this one, and you can say, oh, for all the people who has their birthday on June, I'm going to run a birthday campaign, meaning that I will give them a specific promotion, and you can play with the Leo and Virgos and that kind of stuff if you like. Language, if you're talking only for people who speak Spanish or only for people that speak English, this is super important for you to actually do the modification here. And the placements. If you don't know what to do, take advantage. If you actually like to choose, just change it to manual. I usually tell people to get started only with the feed, with actually like the one that they can understand where it looks like or how to find it. Like these three are like enough to start, and you can take away the stories and reels, so you only have to have one single creative, you know, like not different sizes. That's one way to get started. Once you get a little bit more rhythm, you can add more stuff. Okay, so those are tips. It doesn't mean that that's the way it's going to work, because it depends on a lot of stuff. Now, on the actual ad, you're going to choose the image or the video or the carousel that you're going to use. You're going to add all the media that you need. You're going to add the text of your ad that must contain a call to action, and the call to action must be directing the users to the messenger or to the inbox. Okay, you have to tell them what to do. In this primary text is where we will add the third entry point. Let me show you which one it's going to be if you want it. So the third one, it's going to be here on the chatbot, and you can go to marketing, entry point links, or magic links if you want. 1, 2, and if I go to the flow, I have the third one that you can use. Any of these options, you basically only get like copy, and part of your text can be click the button below, or click to get whatever. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now so far we're talking about the JSON, we have the link, and we're gonna take the comments, okay? And yeah, they are using AI. Be sure to be careful with those. Okay, call to action. I do suggest for you to change that. It will depend on what you're doing, because maybe this is a freebie, maybe you want them to actually book, you want them to sign up, whatever, you can click here. I usually use learn more, because this one is low friction. Okay, it's like, it's not a big commitment. I'm not saying that I'm going to book, I'm not saying I'm going to buy, but I want to understand better about your offer. So this one is the one I use. And what we usually do here, this is the target place, like the destination. For the destination, we usually go in here. You see that this one says JSON code. And you click select flow. You're not going to do that because you're going to enter the JSON code. You're gonna delete. It cannot have anything. Once you see empty JSON, that's good. I'm gonna go here to the flows once more. Let me see if you need that. You have to enter. Okay, click. And in here, you will see that you have the JSON for Messenger ads. Once more, I'm on the flow builder. I click the 3 little dots. I click on JSON. Okay, yeah, it's telling me not to use the AI here. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a control copy. So it didn't like the AI jet. Anyways, I go here, I paste, and you see that it doesn't look this odd. It actually renders what you need. Someone has questions on how to get the JSON, or where to paste it.
Yes,
but I do.
Wendy. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. I got lost when you did something inside Facebook and then you went to CBB. I got lost.
Don't worry. I'm gonna close this one. I'm here on the ads manager, and on the ad level, you have the campaign level, that is this one on the top. Then you have the ad set level, that is where you say, okay, I'm going to show this to these kind of people. and I have the ad level, the actual thing that I'm going to show, where I choose the page I'm going to, well, the page I can select it before, but I can select the media that I'm going to use, the picture, the creative, the video, whatever. I can have my actual ad, the text of my ad, and below, I have this one that is the destination. In this case, I'm going to choose partner app. I'm going to click on select flow, but instead of selecting an app or selecting a flow, I'm going to enter the JSON. My job is to delete everything. And from Chatbot Builder, what I did is click the three little dots, get JSON for Messenger ads, click on copy, and Control V. A little bit better?
Yes, now it is clear. So what you did is to delete the JSON code in Facebook and to bring the one of CBB.
Correct, yeah. They will give you one template for you to start playing around and understand what you have to do here. But we already provide you with the one you need. So that's done enough.
Okay, thank
The
you.
thing that I do recommend, and I cannot stress enough, is please give it a name, because it will come a time when you might have like 3 or 5 or multiple of these, and you won't know which one is which one. So in here you can do JSON class, or you can do a product, a specific product, or Halloween campaign, or Christmas campaign, whatever fits your needs. But do give it a name, okay? I'm gonna click on save. And why am I saving it? Because next time, instead of creating a new one, I can use existing, and I want to have a ton here. Okay, that's it. You can click on preview so you can experience these before you actually run it. And at the end, once you have set up your actual text, your actual media, you have seen here the preview about how it looks like. You don't have media here, so it's not showing up. You're just gonna hit on publish. Okay? Questions so far?
Yes.
Go.
So I see that the AI broke the JSON. How do we do it if we want to leverage the AI?
It didn't
And,
drop the JSON, but there are rules from Meta that sometimes doesn't allow us to do whatever we want. So what's going to happen here, and that's an amazing question, is that we're going to give this. In any case, let's say that the person is not following instructions. What's going to happen is that they're going to see this. Thank you for interest in our chatbot services. Please tell me, do you have a question, or would you like to book a call now? They have these to click, and if they click, it's going to take them to whatever I had set up before. In the case they have a question and they click, the AI, this AI, it's going to step in, and it's going to invite them to, oh, sure, tell me what's your question about. And then the full response is going to kick in. If the user is not following these instructions, most likely the language they're going to use is, oh, no, I don't want to book now, but I have a question, or I just wanted to ask about this. So the AI on the default response is the one that is going to kick in. It could be a flow, or it can be on the integration settings.
yeah, I apologize. I think I asked wrong. So when you went to get the JSON code and it errored on you?
Yeah, I just deleted the one in here.
Oh, so from the button it goes to the AI. Got it.
Yeah,
It,
yeah. If they don't click,
Also, that's not the only option to use a JSON? You can use a flow, because when you were building it out, when you chose the tab that said JSON, before that was choose a flow, you can use one of the other links there or not?
I don't. You won't do it, because what they did is that I think they only allowed some companies, not everyone, to be there. So I don't
Okay, yeah.
think they're going
Sorry, yeah, I'm thinking old way. I'll think new way from this moment forward. Sorry.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I get it. And I have it, but that's one way to do it. Now, the other thing that I suggest for you to consider is that, let's say that, for example, in my case, I do have Instagram, and I do have the WhatsApp connected to my bot.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, it's gonna, okay. These are things that you have to check if you are actually going to run an ad. Right now, I don't want to mess up with any of this. So what I'm gonna do is that here in engagement, you will notice that the one that I had, it's no longer an option for me. I cannot use JSON anymore. Okay.
Mhm.
So what I usually do with these kind of cases is that in here, you'll see, I do some presentation like this one has a misspell. Anyways, I show them like this. I present like, hey, thank you for you're interested on a product or chatbot services or marketing services. How can I help you? And they will click any of these. Instead of me having an answer here, this will perform as the last user input. And because it's the last user input, that means that the AI, the default response, is going to kick in on this one. Does that make sense?
Got it.
And this one does work on all of them. Claudia, do you have questions? Can you?
Yes. What happened when you have a new account? Engagement is still the best option to start running ads?
It always depends. But for me, I always go to engagement first. Sometimes what I do is that I run multiple ads at a time, and one will be the engagement one, and the other one will be more like awareness maybe. And I could even run two different engagement ads, one for comments and likes, and the other for the actual messages on the same post, for example, or for the same stuff. That could be something that you could try, but again, it depends on how your market or your niche performs. I do recommend starting with the engagement because that's the way you can automate the most, and that you can actually feel the results. Does that make sense? Because you can have a lot of
Yes.
visits on a site that, because we are not a site providers, and we are not talking about adding the pixel in there and the tracking for Google Analytics and blah blah blah. You won't be able to see all of that, not on your chatbot. But if you're sending them to a chatbot and you can track those conversations and what's going on in there, the conversions that the chatbot can do, you're tracking the comments and how those comments transform into conversations, and those conversations again on conversions, then you can actually feel what's going on. So that's why I suggest this one. And it's a low commitment
Okay.
for the user. Yeah, it's not the same. If you're running something like with more experience or it's a high ticket, go for the lead tag, like the lead form. But if not, if
Mhm.
it's something tiny, go for the message or go for the engagement.
Thank you.
I don't worry.
That leads me to another question.
Go ahead.
If we use the lead objective
Mhm.
and then we choose Messenger in the Facebook dashboard, is that what it's tracking as a conversion of a Messenger message? Because like if you remember previously I asked you how do you track a lead inside the bot, and you showed me how to do that. So you can fire a lead within the bot, but how does that translate over into the dashboard if you choose I'm guessing that it's
No, don't worry.
counting Messenger messages as the conversion,
Yeah,
because
Meta
at the end of
is
the day,
already Meta is already tracking this, and it's
yeah.
going to give you two different metrics: new conversations and replies. Meaning, okay, I might have 50 messages, but for those 50, 40 are actually new, and the other 10 is because it was a coming and going with someone. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So my brain's just trying to figure out. So how, because I'm trying to strengthen the pixel data.
Okay, the pixel. Okay, you don't per se need it, but let's think that your conversion event is going to be a conversation started. This is the conversion event on the dashboard. Okay, what you're gonna do is that on the bot, you're going to add whenever they give you all the information that you need. Let's say
Hmm.
that you had an spaghetti here, or that the AI has a function, and whenever the person actually converts itself, or provides an email and phone number and name and or book, you could have here, let me see if I have that. I don't think I have it already in the actions because I didn't connect the pixel. Yeah, I don't have it in here just yet, but let me stop sharing for a second, and I'm going to see if in another account I already have it. 1 second.
So I remember back in the days before iOS, the update, 14, whatever it was, that you could, like, say for e-commerce, track a content view and initiate checkout, and a purchase all inside the dashboard. But then as soon as iOS came out and then you had to verify the domain, you had to choose the most important event, and that's the only one that it would track. So that's what I'm saying. If you're tracking a messenger thing, how are you going to display the leads inside of the dashboard as well? Will that show up now?
You can do that if that's something that you have selected. Just let me see if I have the option in here because I don't remember if I did it. I know that I have it in one because I did the video, but I don't remember where I have it.
Yeah, if you don't have it like right now, like if you understand what I'm saying and like answer me later in the group, that'd be great. Because I do it, I do it at scale for clients and they want to see that. And
Okay, so what you're gonna do is once you connect your pixel and you have like the place, let's say that after they book, let me find if I have a booking confirmation for you. Here we have a booking confirmation of flow. So let's say that your conversion event is whenever they land here. So in here you're going to add the action that it's a booking or whatever you want. In that one, because you're tracking it with the pixel and you're tracking it with the token that you provide from your ads manager, that one will show up here in the columns you're going to select to see it, but you must have the same pixel. Does that make sense? That the pixel that
yeah, if you show your columns right now, like what's the result column show for this campaign?
for this one,
Under result.
it will be the messages.
Yeah, you just I'll say yeah.
Maybe this one is already added because this account
It doesn't say until they come in. It's right there, results on the very right. So in there,
yeah, here I don't have it like
here, watch, right?
I don't
Right.
have it here.
It's on the left.
Yeah, but it's not by default the one that I was looking for. So this is a
Oh,
custom.
okay.
Oh. Here, that's my view. Perfect. Here in messaging, I can have new messages. I can have some people want to have the customer conversation started. Depending on the video, because I don't like it. Here, these are the ones you want, right?
Well, would you mind horribly if I drew on your screen?
I think you can draw. Yes.
Yeah. So here I'm going to see results for messenger
Yeah, you're gonna see
conversations, but
exactly.
that's not a conversion for me yet. The conversion happens when I get the information. So I want to get leads. I want this to fire and show on the dashboard so that I can season the pixel for this, not this.
Okay, wait. In here, you have the leads. So once,
Yeah.
let's say that the lead is whenever they book. I don't remember if they have.
Yeah. So, but
Here,
because the campaign is optimized for Messenger,
the default
will
one is going to be Messenger, yes. But you need to add the conversion here so it will display in here once you select that you want to see that one as well.
yeah. So Facebook will track both.
Facebook will receive the signal for both. It won't track it. You have to tell it. You have to
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah. So yeah. Then so I can pull both the leads column in and see how many messages I got versus how many leads I got.
Exactly, or how many appointments you got, or how many
Yeah.
contacts you got, or how many. Yeah,
That answered the question.
yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't worry. That's an example. Questions?
No, now I want to get off the call so I can go test this.
Yeah, I guess. So finally, just because you guys say that you understand everything, perfect. So the last thing that I want to show you is that here in marketing, and again, because some of you need something more specific, you have Facebook lead ads automation. This one, what's going to do is allow you to run, well, you always can run lead ads, but in this case, because I have this one connected, I use, I don't know, this one. Again, the names, name them so you don't get lost like me. And in here, you can have like whatever information you're collecting on the lead form, you can save it somewhere. Let's change to this one. You see, you have another set of questions. Yeah, and you can save the information in a custom field. Then you can trigger a flow. What this flow can be, it can be a flow that sends an email. It can be that sends an SMS, that sends a WhatsApp message with a template. It can be whatever you want. So that's something super interesting, because also you can do an admin notification for yourself, so you know that you got a new lead. Okay, you can send all this information to yourself or to your clients. Remember something super important from the emails that we are able to send from Chatbot Builder. Let me show you in here so I don't make even a bigger mess. And this is just to give you some ideas. And in here, if I select email, you can choose who to send it. Like, it doesn't have to be the user's email. It can be clientsmail.com. So you can send all the information about the lead to your client without having to make that that client as an admin in your bot. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Yes.
My I had a question, so my brain stopped thinking, but I'll look at the replay.
No, what I mean is, whenever you let's say that, maybe because I pasted on.
My brain can't think any further because I'm excited about something
Yeah,
you
you
said.
want to do something specific. Yeah. Okay, so this one, whenever you got the conversion, maybe you want to notify your client, but you don't want your client to be in the bot because they are going to break something. And because you don't want them in the bot, but you want to tell them, here on emails, you can send the email to them. Okay? You don't need to have them as an admin to get a notification, because you can send out.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, cool. Hey, that's exciting too. I should have listened. So, but I have a question as soon as you're done about the lead forms.
Okay, yeah, don't worry. And that one, and also you can do the same with SMS. There, I did it. Okay, perfect. Questions?
Yeah, so the lead form connects to the bot?
Yes.
Explain that to me. So in a lead form, it's automatically populated the information, and they actually get a thank you page. Do they have to click the button to engage the bot at
No,
the end?
what I'm going to do is, whenever they fill the form, you could send them to the bot or send them to wherever you want. But in here on marketing and on lead forms or lead ads automation, what you can do is you can create a user or a contact using that information from that lead form. So let's say that you're asking them for their WhatsApp number and their email, their name, maybe the niche they would like to see a demo from or about. What you do is you create the contact in your account, in your chatbot, and the chatbot can campaign, for example, or can start a confirmation email, or can start whatever you want. It won't create a messenger user, but it's gonna create a WhatsApp, SMS, email, or even yeah, with those I think you have more than enough. The SMS, WhatsApp, and email. With those you can follow
Yeah.
up.
So my brain is thinking, because to me, like, I always start with conversion objective leads or sales. And then once I dial in the messaging, because the cost can be significantly higher, I try to replicate the results with lead forms. And if I can get the messaging to work, it usually drops the cost down, but then the quality of the leads are bad. So I'm thinking, can the bot help to qualify the lead better?
Yes, the thing is, you're going to still get, like, let's say 20 users having a conversation with you, but maybe from those 20, only 10 are going to be like semi-good or good, depending on their segmentation and stuff. So what you can do is, for those, I do recommend depending on your niche again, because there are niches that you cannot do this, and I have to be super clear. Wait a minute, internet. Okay. So what you can do here, let me see if this one, let me see if it does have that. No, yeah, doesn't have this. So you can do this one. You can add or remove to a custom audience. What I will do is to have two custom audiences, one for qualified and one for unqualified. So what you're gonna do is use lookalikes, and you're going to live feed that custom audience with this. So someone turns out to be a good lead, you're going to tell the bot to tell Meta, hey, this is a good lead. And because of your settings on the business suite can be something like, okay, from this, I'm going to not send the ad anymore because this person already clicked. But what I'm going to do is a lookalike for those who actually fit in this good lead audience, constant audience. And also, I'm going to exclude those that are in the bad leads, and I'm going to do another lookalike for the bad leads, and I'm going to exclude people who look like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so this can add to a custom audience without Zapier?
Yes. Or remove.
That's cool.
Yes, you can do this.
Okay,
Have
thank you.
choice.
That's super information right there.
Yeah, this one, I usually forget that people doesn't know about this one. But yeah, this is like the most important thing. For those who doesn't know what a custom audience is, let's imagine that you have a list that you have with Meta telling it, this specific person did this specific thing. So this custom audience could be your clients, and these clients could be can have value or not. Why it's important for you to distinguish if you want them to with value or not? Because let's say that you're selling a high ticket, you can tell that if the person buy the high ticket, you can use it as how's it called in English? You can do a lookalike about the 10% of your database, the most the one that spends the most on you, the one that has give you more money, the ones that actually brings in business for you. So that's something that you can do. And what it's going to do is that you can use this in an ad, and it's going to look for more people like that. Or for specific people, example, people who book an appointment but didn't show up. Now I'm going to have retargeting ads that it's going to be, hey, you booked with me and you stood me out. Let's rebook our meeting here. Does that make sense for the ones who doesn't use ads that much?
Yes, well,
Yes? Or am I just like confusing you even more? You can tell me.
No, you're good.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So let me check the chat. Okay. Yes. So if we don't have any more questions, I think we're ready.
yes, when can you repeat? You said that we needed the entry point, but I don't know why.
Okay, you don't need it, but you might want it. Okay, so let's show you here. What you're gonna have is, this is JSON, so this was a class that we were having, but also as part of your primary text, that is the actual ad. This is the actual ad, the text that you're going to see on the ad. You have to add a call to action. You have to tell them what to do. So the call to action is usually going to be something referring back to the clickable option, the bottom that they will see, that it's going to send them to Messenger. So you will have like, click the button below, or click this URL to get to the same place. Okay, so there's people who doesn't like to actually follow instructions and click on the ads because they think you're going to spam them forever and ever, so they don't want to click. They might just click on the URL thinking that it's not going to trigger any tracking, or they're going to comment. In the comments, you can also tell the bot to answer with the AI, to tell them to like, hey, I sent you an inbox, or you can follow this link, let's talk about this in private. And people will go and click. Maybe they don't want to comment, they don't want to click on the ad because they don't want to get spam, but they might use the URL. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Ooh,
Diana?
that was a good question. Thanks for asking that question. But
That's-
that spawned a new question.
Yeah, go.
And I apologize because this is from the old builders. But say I want, couldn't I choose not the call to action to be send a message, but learn more and then just use the link of the bot?
Yes, you can use both. You can change it to learn more.
And then so I put the destination link as the link to the bot, and it.
No. Yeah, I understand what you mean. No, that one could be problematic if Meta finds out. Why? Because they don't like for you to pretend you are them. Okay, that's the rule. You cannot say you're Facebook or that you're authorized by Facebook if you're not. And by using a URL that belongs to them, sometimes it's taken as you are pretending to be me. Okay, you follow me there? So I
No,
know that some
no,
people.
hold on, go back up. What do you mean? I didn't follow you, sorry.
Okay, let's imagine this one, instead of being sent to message, you change this objective to traffic. And in traffic, you're, instead of sending to a landing page or to a site, you're sending to this URL. That's what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you do that, because this URL, this domain, not the pet, but the domain belongs to Meta, they might take this as you are trying to impersonate them.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, and because of that, that's something that I do not recommend for you to do. Some people what have done is that they get this URL into a bit.ly or something, some shorten, but then they get into the problem that it has redirections and Meta doesn't like the redirections. And if you bypass all of that, then you can fall into circumvent the rules. So I do not recommend that. I recommend to follow this path.
Got it. That's some good information there.
And learn it the hard way. More questions? So if we don't have any more questions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gwen.